We finally defeated the boss, and with that, welcome back to the Lies of P Overture Platinum Guide. We're continuing today, and after beating the boss, we're super motivated. Friends, I'm sorry if sometimes the guides come out a bit late. I'm under a ton of stress with a new house because we want to move in on August Honest. Moving in, and my daily life looks a bit different at the moment, like this. For example, here I am removing tiles down in the pantry, but of course in between I'm always playing Lies of P. That's why I'm happy if you give a little heart or thumbs up, and we'll jump right in from the Stargazer where we defeated the boss. Now you just keep going straight ahead. Personally, my game crashed here, so the items are already gone because the recording wasn't saved. But right here in the corner on the right, you'll find the first item hard to miss, and soon we'll have items showing up on the map again. So use the elevator here once you've picked that up. From now on, you'll only find quest items here, which you can't miss. The next ones are down here on the table. There are some audio recordings and documents there. Other than that, there really isn't anything else to find here. Grab everything and then move on. We keep going straight ahead and basically enter the next area. You can already see quite a bit of equipment lying around here, as well as various robotics technologies. That's why I would recommend using the lightning enchantment for your weapon here, meaning the Grindstone. But first head over to the Stargazer, and as I said, I then switched the Grindstone to Electric. It definitely makes sense here because a lot of puppets will appear, and this way you can take them out very effectively. So feel free to do that if you want, and then we continue all the way through, and the first enemies will appear here soon. An abyss here opposite a chest inside another ancient disc. We'll grab that as well in a moment, but first carefully jump down here because in the back left corner there's something else to pick up. Quickly grab that and then move on. Here in the Coastal Cave, you can really go on a rampage and take out all of the enemies that are lurking here. Carefully take them all down one by one. Afterward, continue making your way forward through the tunnel at your own pace, and before long you reach the next area. Watch out, there's another stone thrower here. Pretty nasty guy. Be sure to grab the loot from the enemies here. It was still lying around, and then head up here towards the bridge where that big enemy is. Careful, he's already pretty tough. Take him down, and then you can grab the chest behind him. As mentioned, there's an ancient disc in there. Once you've done that, we'll head back and continue along the main path, because down here is actually where the main route continues. So let's jump down here, and you'll see a few crates up to the left. Some kind of dog is hiding there. You can see it there, and now it's coming down, so be careful there. Apparently I lost my Ergo down here. Well, first head up to the right. That's actually the better way. Take care of the guy here, because from up here on the right, so there isn't really anything great to pick up here, but from here you can basically jump down onto the robot below and land a death blow. You can also go down over here along the rock wall and walk along there again. But I'll show you that in a moment. Jump down here and take out the robot. And once you've dealt with it, you actually go back and head along the rocks. I think I somehow cut that part out here. In any case, up there on the top right, you can see a small ledge. You need to go in there. You can go inside and there's something to pick up there, so go through there first and only then head through the cave here, so there's still something up there. Grab it, run through here, and then pick up the empty bottle here. It's an item we don't necessarily need, but of course we have to take it because it's a quest item. Then activate the Stargazer here and you'll see the merchant to the left of the Stargazer. Definitely go there because he has another record. We also want to buy a few things here, especially the giant amulet and these other items. So if you don't have enough money, feel free to exchange some Ergo and at least buy these two items here. And we'll also take the record with us. And from the Stargazer we continue on, walk through here, and in the back left behind the cart there's a little something. Of course we'll pick that up too. Attribute Purification Ampoule, walk straight through here. And then we'll head over to the right corner. There's a slightly tougher enemy here, but it's manageable. Pick up the progression crank and open the chest here. So first go along the lower area and then head up. Grab the Frenzy Amulet +1 here, and if you already have the regular one, you can of course equip the +1 version now. Personally, I don't think I took it. It restores HP when a fatal attack is made. That doesn't happen very often, so it's not really an issue. Head out here, then go up the stairs, and from there just follow the main path. Careful, a few more enemies here, and pretty fast. Did you also take care of the second enemy? Then of course we can continue here. There really isn't much to collect in this room for now. He was somehow locked up in here again. Game mechanics, logic. In any case, there's an acid grinding agent here, so we just grab that and then head straight through here. Yes, follow this path and you'll already see the next enemy. In theory, we could also sneak up on him, I think. But alright, we'll just beat him up. It's really not a problem. Once we've taken him out, of course, we'll make sure to grab the letter that's addressed to the family back here. We can take a moment to carefully read through it once just to see exactly what it says and then continue on from here. Go right here and then through the next door, then jump down here to get further into the main section of the area. So jump down here and you'll find the Legion magazine waiting for you on the ground below just ahead. Continue on from here. Here's the next enemy, take him out quickly and then one of his buddies will show up. Of course, we'll take him out too and grab the magnificent Ergo Brock inside here. Then we head back outside and watch out now, some fish will jump out of the water at you. They can throw you into the ice very quickly, so be a bit careful there. Also, when balancing here, make sure the fish don't knock you in. And over here on the left, we can pick something up. But first, let's take out the enemy here. That shouldn't really be a problem. Use a special move and that should work out fine. Then another fish will show up. We'll just take that one out as well. And then, of course, we'll grab the stuff back here by the crates. Gemini's Iron Protection. And now we can actually move on, namely straight ahead through the boat. Yes, just head down there and up the ramp here. There's nothing else to collect here for now. I took another look around, rummaged through the crates, but there's nothing left. So back into the boat here and let's keep going. Head straight through here and you'll see two paths. One goes down and the other goes up. First, you should take the upper path so that you can get out here and carefully collect the correspondence. Once you have the correspondence safely tucked away in your pocket, you can of course climb up the ladder here and then follow this path onward. It leads into a cave, which will also in turn take us back again eventually. Grab the fire grinding material here and take out the enemies. You can also sneak up on them again, which makes things a bit easier, but actually they shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, take care of them here and then move on. Enemies taken out. Then right up ahead there's the next one who's already shot at us a few times, but he shouldn't be a problem either, of course. By the way, you can also break their swords if you use your special attack. So if they try to block, their sword will break anyway and their defense will basically fail. Yeah, very good. Let's just keep going straight into the cave. We'll find the next Stargazer here soon. But first, go straight ahead and then briefly up here in the back. If you don't have enough potions, you can of course go to the Stargazer first. That's also an option, of course. But make sure to grab the chest back here. We definitely want to take that with us. So head over there and grab the chest down here. Here it is. And of course, we'll open it to get something really nice out of it, perhaps. And what do we have in there? Namely, a Legion Caliber. Yes, with that we can upgrade our Legion arm, then use the Stargazer and continue exploring the cave here. So that's taken care of. So keep moving through the cave. There will be some enemies here now, including a slightly tougher mini-boss. Take them all out, but definitely make sure to grab the loot here as well. Back here, there's also a glowing Ergo crystal. Additionally, there's a bit of Legion magazine here as well. As I said, there are a lot of enemies on the ground, so be careful. We'll also pick up the frost resistance ampoule, then we'll head up here, and yes, we can continue on. This is where the big enemy will come at you. Then we continue straight ahead here, following the path as it leads us onward, and we find an NPC waiting back here as well, standing quietly in this area. You can, of course, take a moment to listen to him if you wish, but for now there really isn't much else to do here. Just leave him alive for now, as there's nothing further required at this point. I haven't quite figured out yet what he does or what his purpose is. If you have any hints about that, feel free to let me know in the comments, otherwise it's not a problem to just leave him here for now. He'll still be here later on. I've already checked again. So it's not an issue here, and of course it's not relevant for trophies either. That's why we don't need to worry about this guy for now, even though he talks a lot. Maybe you can perform some cool gesture here, I'll have to check that out. But in the end, we'll eventually catch up on everything, absolutely everything we might have missed or overlooked along the way, or perhaps even earlier. So honestly, it's really no big deal. Let's just leave the guy here for now and keep on moving straight ahead. And back here by the chest you'll find something nice to pick up, the color catalyst. Now carefully jump down here again, because there's something else at the edge. Don't just hop down here, but instead go straight back into the corner. You'll see it glowing there again. And that's where you grab the Miraculous Enhancement Ampoule. Alright, now we've got everything, so we jump down here and can head back into the ship, having made a full loop. And now we can theoretically take the path downwards. Earlier we took the upper path via the ladder. Now we're going along the lower path. And I just quickly skipped past the enemy here. Head straight through here, but watch out for the fish. Again, they can easily knock you down here. There's also a really tough enemy back here, so make sure to take care of him as well. But also be careful not to fall down. And of course you already have a bit of energy. Once we've taken care of him, we'll get some nice loot, and here we'll also receive a star fragment. Additionally, there's a safe here, of course, which the guy was guarding, and inside is the frozen Cipher machine. Naturally, we'll take that with us and solve it right away. But first, go one step further, because the next Stargazer is just ahead. So first, cross the bridge here and use the Stargazer. Don't go straight into the ship yet, because that would trigger the next boss to spawn. Instead, you should head left here for now and not enter the ship. So from the Stargazer, go left first, and there you can pick up something else and also find a hidden NPC here. So definitely go through here, because at the back you'll find the Fisherman, and he's caught a huge fish and of course wants to tell you all about it. And then you'll receive a new quest to bring something to the Fisherman. So go through all the dialogues here, and we'll fetch his beer for him a bit later. We'll leave that for now, head back, return to the Stargazer friends, and now we'll take care of a few things before we go to the boss. Specifically, we're going to handle the Cipher machine. So first, go back to the Stargazer and then teleport back to the hotel and give the Cipher machine to the tracker, who will decipher it. Then, of course, we need to use it. So now we go to the ancient ruins from the excavation site, and that's where we can solve the puzzle. When you reach the checkpoint at the Stargazer, the path is easy to find, unless you've already unlocked the shortcut, which I assume. Head left and roll down the stairs. Rolling doesn't work, so we'll use the ladder and continue on. And now the text already appears here, so it's pretty easy to find, because over there in the left corner something was knocking on the wall, and now we can solve the puzzle. So just follow this path, and then when you reach the robot here, use Termit to blow open this wall. So go into your equipment and equip something here that can explode, and of course that's Termit. That's the best option. So grab it and throw it at the wall to open up a secret path there. So pick it up and throw it at the glowing spot, and that will solve the puzzle, and you'll also get a little mini story, which is actually really interesting. In any case, you'll find a note back here which will of course take with us the diary of the special link. We'll then bring it back and return to the hotel, so use the pocket watch to get to the hotel Stargazer. In the evening ways, go to the new hotel and of course back to Trekker, who will then give you an ancient disc. So we've done that, and now there's a Cipher machine that we want to decode. However, you can only do that later after you've defeated the boss, so just keep going for now. If you're already at the hotel, feel free to stop by Klaus again and exchange your ancient disc there, because you can now get the item we didn't buy last time, the Veteran's Eye Patch. Friends, then it's back, and then it's time for the boss. And as always, you'll find the boss guide on the channel, and I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. If you're having trouble with the boss, take it down with the boss guide, and then I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Adios. Ciao, ciao.